Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to my low quality trading card video. I'm not really looking to spend a lot of money. People like to spend a lot of money making YouTube videos about just various whatevers. I'm literally using an old, outdated iPad to film this. I would use my phone, but there's not enough memory. And I would also use my computer, but there's not enough memory. So I'm just jumping in with what I got here. So we're going to talk about something pretty exciting to my childhood, and that is the Spider-Man trading card game. Every time I would visit my grandpa and grandma, they would let me open a pack of these old Spider-Man cards that they had. My grandpa used to sell cards at fairs and other events like that. He did mostly sports cards, but he also had a few Spider-Man cards and a few other cards that we'll actually check out over the course of this page. So in the background here we have a Marvel poster. There's a little chunk over there on the side that my wonderful cat ripped off. So I guess now I'm just going to use it as a background mat for these videos. So these are pretty cool. There's kind of some basic different types of cards. There's ones that sort of imitate a newspaper article, kind of talking about what's going on in the Spider-Man universe. So a lot of these, that's what these are here. The Osborn Legacy. And so on each card there is something to read on the back and another image. Very cool, and these are also in like super mint condition. I took really good care of these, but unfortunately they're really not worth anything. I've tried selling them on eBay actually, and none of them really have anything to do with people wanting to buy them. The artwork is just fantastic on these cards, just fantastic. This was kind of the golden age of Spider-Man in my opinion, artwork-wise. I appreciate what they're doing now, you know, changing him up a lot, giving him different alter egos like Miles, and there's also some enemy cards here. That's what the last couple ones were. This is where I learned a lot about the Marvel Universe, Spider-Man universe, which really got me into Spider-Man, of course. He's my favorite superhero alongside the Fantastic Four and Thor. You'll recognize most of these characters here. Not those necessarily, but there's also what's called a strange transformation. Throughout the history of Spider-Man, he's unfortunately had a lot of DNA situations. Like this one here. He basically turns into who's called, or he has a doppelganger that he's got to fight there. And this particular doppelganger has spider-like fangs and 8 arms, I believe. Let's talk about a situation there. And then there's also one where he is shrunk down to size by a villain. I'm not sure which villain, actually. That's all, okay, Psycho Man, apparently. And it was an accidental by Ant-Man's shrinking gas, if you're familiar with Ant-Man. There's also, these are rarer cards, I believe. You can tell the rarity by the color of the word, like powers. I think orange is actually the rarest. It's quite similar to the Borderlands rarity, ironically. Maybe that's where they got it from. If you know what I'm talking about, kudos to you. So these are like kind of abilities that they're talking about here. So these are all just kind of boring stuff. These are more sort of event cards. So he went up against Juggernaut apparently. Very cool. Doctor Doom, one of my favorite villains. Just awesome artwork. Just love it. There's a part of me that just wishes I could do comic book art. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the 90s Spider-Man cartoon that used to be on TV. When I was a kid, I would wake up and try to watch that mess at like 7 a.m. whenever it came on. And man, was that some good stuff. I later bought the basically a black market version of every episode in existence of that show. At the time, I didn't know it was kind of pirated, but I guess it makes sense because they never really released anything like that. Electro was one of my favorite villains. He's one of the first villain action figures I've owned, actually. I wish I could find both of those. I'm not sure where both of those are. So he versus the Hawk there. Not sure who Firelord is, but that's pretty cool. We have Black's suited Spider-Man, symbiote Spider-Man there. Him fighting the Lizard, of course. Him fighting the Green Goblin. Alright, and then to the special events here. There's all sorts of different cards. But let me just try to find the Venom one really quick because Venom is just fantastic. That's one with Carnage on it. I mean, just look at that, man. Whew. They really butchered Spider-Man 3, I tell you what. King of the Hill, Hank would not have liked the Venom that they portrayed in Spider-Man 3. He would have called them out right then and there. So yeah, awesome Venom cards. We got all sorts of villains here that are familiar to the franchise. Boomerang, the Shocker, Hydro Man, Doc Ock, of course. These are upside down. These are more of those Punishers showing up here. I mean, jeez. That's the Venom I remember. So anyway, there was some rare cards, very rare cards, that I actually have in this set. I don't have the complete set, but they had clear ones. So this says suspended animation 5 of 12. Apparently they made 12 in this set. So see-through, very cool art. Web, that's Carnage. And then I also have a Mary Jane. That's pretty cool. And then they also had 4 different types of holographic cards. And I'm sorry that this is completely jacked up. I actually thought it'd be cool if I taped this to my guitar case back when I was in a band. There we go. Now you can get a good view of that. So there's all sorts of tape smudges because I literally taped it to my guitar case. Really bad glare. Let me try to get a really good view of that. There we go. So three-dimensional. There was one of Venom I have somewhere, but I'm not sure where it went. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I really love the trading cards that I have. I'm going to be showing them off, talking about certain different trading card things. So thank you for pretty much watching the first video of this channel.